Welcome back to Pushing the Pile. Mike Renner, Kyle Long, and we got Leger Douzable joining the desk.
Looking sharp, as always.
Yeah, it's kind of showing us up, dude.
I didn't mean to. I mean, it's Thursday.
Big league, though.
It's Thursday. I like that. Yeah, get me on the camera, the one shot. I like that right there.
Thanks for being here, Leger.
All right,
of course.
He's looking bold. We thought we'd do some bold predictions
Ooh.
for Super Bowl 59. That's what we call a segue. Kick us off. What do you got, a bold prediction, Super Bowl 59?
So, depending on who you are, you may consider this bold or not. I think it's really bold. And it's for Saquon Barkley to get under 100 rushing yards. And if you look at what Saquon Barkley has done throughout these playoffs, he's averaging over 147 yards on the ground. I believe Vegas has his number right around 127.5. But Steve Spagnuolo in the playoffs, and even during the regular season, 18 straight games without giving up a 100-yard rusher. The last guy to do it, Lamar Jackson in week 1. 18 consecutive playoff games without giving up a 100-yard rusher. I played for Steve Spagnuolo. He is going to take away what you want to do most. And for the Philadelphia Eagles, that's run the ball. So my bold prediction, Saquon Barkley under 100 rushing yards.
I love that. Gap integrity, having an understanding that that's what will make you bleed the most.
For sure.
Saquon Barkley. So take that away. Tie that arm behind their back.
Have to.
Force Jalen Hurts in that offense to beat you through the passing game. Maybe some keepers for Jalen Hurts. And while we're talking about keepers for Jalen Hurts, my bold prediction, I think Patrick Mahomes goes over 28.5 rushing yards. That's what the over-under is. But I think he gets 45 rushing yards minimum. They don't have a game next week. This is it. Patrick Mahomes had some break. He got 24 days off before the game against the Texans.
Correct.
They went to beat the Bills. He got another 2 weeks there to prepare for the Super Bowl. I think he breaks the backs of the Philadelphia Eagles with his legs. 4 first downs carrying the football for Patrick Mahomes. That's my bold prediction.
I mean, to that point, just go back to the AFC Championship game. How many times on 4th down did he get on the edge and get a first down? He had 2 red zone rushing touchdowns. When the Super Bowl comes around, that's when he's at his best with his mobility, not even with his arm, because when things get hairy, he relies on that to get him out of trouble, whether it's buying time to throw the ball down the football field or actually rushing and picking up pivotal first downs.
Last time these two teams met, Super Bowl, he had 44 rushing yards.
Oh, right at that
right
number.
on it.
Right at that number.
And last week, I guess 2 weeks ago now, was the first time they had a designed run for him all season.
Right.
They do not utilize him in that capacity, but when you're facing this Eagles defense where, like, you kind of got to find your edges where you can find them, I think it's a good call on your part that I do think they'll have that in their game plan at their disposal.
Yeah, it's their version of the tush push.
For sure.
Quick snap under center. So what they did is the play call is explode out of the huddle to whatever it is, gun bunch right, blah, 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 blah. They explode to the line of scrimmage. As a defensive lineman, what's the first thought that comes through your head when you see us break the huddle?
It's going to be a quick snap.
Quick snap, run under center, probably A gaps, protect the B and A gaps. And what do? They go out the back door with Patrick Mahomes. They put the football in his hand, allow him the opportunity to either throw it to Travis or allow 87 to become a lead blocker. We saw that happen. I could see it happen in this Super Bowl.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of the few times that we've seen Andy Reid get in his RPO bag. He had RPO galore, especially in the first half of that game. There were so many options where he could either hand the ball off to the running back. You talked about it. He could pull it, throw it to Travis Kelce in the flat. But a lot of times the defensive end would come underneath to take the dive away, and that's why Patrick Mahomes was able to get on the edge. So it'll be interesting to see what Vic Fangio does if Andy Reid throws in that RPO niche into this game plan.
All right, mine, bold prediction. Milton Williams, defensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, impending free agent, 2 sacks in this Super Bowl.
That's big.
He has, by PFF grading, top 3 pass rushing grade this year among defensive tackles.
Wow.
He's a guy that this is the last debut for him before he hits free agency, before he gets that big payday, and he's going up against the guard and Mike Caliendo, who should be a mismatch for him. So your face says that you're a little upset by that.
No, what I'm thinking is just
calling out
these rushers operate in a, well, I could get paid next week mentality. You know, these rushers.
Oh, for sure.
They're like, oh, this is my payday opportunity.
Turn up.
I can totally see that happening.
Well, it'll be interesting, right? Because for a majority of the season, since Mike Caliendo's been thrown into the starting rotation, Creed Humphreys has kind of slid his direction. But it'll be interesting to see if Vic Fangio walks up Zach Bond to get that 5-0 protection to make sure he has either Jalen Carter or Milton Williams one-on-one with Mike Caliendo. How Mike Caliendo plays will probably go a long way in how the Chiefs potentially win this game.